Hi, I'm Brayden, and this is the Junior NBA Podcast. Today, we are going to talk about trades that could be helpful for teams. Starting with the New York Knicks trading Karl-Anthony Towns for Nikola Jokic, and the Knicks have added 3 picks. Why I think this is fair is Karl-Anthony Towns had hot playoffs, but when you think about it, Nikola Jokic has almost been on the Denver Nuggets for so long, and Karl-Anthony Towns, I do think is better. I think Nikola Jokic plays sloppy a lot of times, and I don't he just chucks up shots and magically makes them, but that's not the point of what you want on a team. And with Karl-Anthony Towns, you need someone he's good, but he also plays sloppy, slow, fouls too much. He almost fouled out. He got 2 fouls in the first minute of the game in the playoffs. So I do think that's fair. Devin, do you think that's fair or add?
I think that's a really fair trade, but I also think that the Knicks need to add in 2 or one even draft picks, because it's a good
4 draft picks?
4.
Yeah, I said 3.
4? 3 or something like that, because they're both centers, but they're Nikola Jokic just chucks up shots and magically makes them, and they're sloppy.
Yeah.
And even though Karl-Anthony Towns was just won the NBA Finals, that doesn't mean he's that good of a player. It just means he won the NBA Finals and his team
Carried him.
Yeah.
So yes or no to fair trade?
Yes.
Okay. Next trade. So right now I'm looking at Cleveland Cavaliers starting 5. James Harden, who I think he's going into free agency. I gotta check. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Dean Wade, and Jared Allen. Now I think out of those 5, I think if you trade, I know I'm gonna sound crazy, but I think if you trade Donovan Mitchell for Anthony Edwards, I think you have more potential of winning a championship, just because I think Anthony Edwards and James Harden are a good pair. And then you have Edwards, and then if you look at center position, you have Jared Allen, who's a dominant defensive player. It's just Donovan Mitchell, I have never seen him play immaculate on defense. I think he has potential still, but he's starting to get old. With Anthony Edwards, I think Anthony Edwards is going to be a pop, but I think if the Cavaliers really want to make this fair and they want to get rid of Donovan Mitchell, I think you want to probably add in, because you are on the big side, but you've already given away Naz Reid today. So and Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, that's a good pair. But then what the Minnesota Timberwolves get are Anthony Edwards and Donovan. Wait, Anthony Edwards. Wait, no, wait. Sorry, I messed that up. The Cleveland Cavaliers get Anthony Edwards, and you have Jared Allen at the center, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. But the difference between them is Anthony Edwards, he's good at shooting. He's not as good, I think, from the mid-range. But with Donovan Mitchell, he's good at all on offense. On defense, he gets sloppy. And Edwards sometimes gets sloppy. But I think the Timberwolves would have to add in 1 or 2 picks. Devin, do you think this is fair?
I agree, but I also think that Donovan Mitchell and on the Timberwolves that LaMelo Ball, I don't really think that Donovan Mitchell and LaMelo Ball will be a good pair.
I forgot about that.
But I think Anthony Edwards, but for Anthony Edwards for Donovan Mitchell, I think that's a fair trade, but the Cleveland Cavaliers have to add a couple of draft picks.
Okay. Next, so yes or no first? Yes? So that's a fair trade. Okay.
Yep.
Next trade that I think is fair. For both sides of this, I know I'm going to sound weird for saying this, but I think if you go Kyrie Irving for Jaren Jackson Jr., it's on the second page.
I know.
But I think it's good. I think that's a fair one, because it's like Kyrie Irving was injured almost the whole season. Jaren Jackson Jr. got injured and now is probably like a slug. So like I don't think they're both that good. Maybe I could say Jaren Jackson Jr. is good, but I can't say Kyrie Irving's good either. I do like the combo though. If you have on the Jazz, if you have Kyrie Irving and then I think it's Darren Peterson. I think that's like a really like smooth combo. I feel like if you have someone shifty, but then at the same time you have another shifty player, but who can also like play defense. Like Kyrie, you can't really play defense. I do think that's like a good combo. I do want to bring up a point that Kyrie Irving might not be playing the first month of the next season if you guys haven't heard, or like a few weeks of the first season or of next season. I just wanted to bring that up. But I do think that Dallas would not have to add in a pick. Anything you want to say about that?
I feel like it's a good trade. But I also think Dylan Peterson is like Darren Peterson is a good addition to the Jazz, and them together is going to be a really good combo.
Okay. So yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next one's probably the biggest one I'm going to bring up is making, so this is a salary one here. So you try to get, you're fine, you can say whatever you want about this. Bring Karl-Anthony Towns' salary down to about, to where Jalen Brunson's salary is. So you pick up someone from the free agency. So we're going to get into free agency here. So I think you can pick up someone like that. Like if you pick up, so right now if you drop Karl-Anthony Towns down to like $34 million, and if you look at the like how many people the Knicks have like going into free agency, I do not think that's safe for them because a lot of those players are people who helped like win their championship. So like I think you could get back Mitchell Robinson, Jordan Clarkson, and Landry Shamet. Like those three players are main. Jose Alvarado had a first or second big game like where he was hitting all those 3-pointers, but after that he just started to turn garbage. So I do think those three players are people you can sign, like get back, and I do think if there's someone on the Spurs, they have Harrison Barnes going in. I do think that could help their power forward position a lot because you have Josh Hart right now there, who's like trying to like battle his way around in there, and like he's like in there almost most of the game. So I think that would help if they got Harrison Barnes because he's unrestricted. Do you think that's good?
Yeah, I also like if Harrison Barnes and Jose Alvarado is just running around out there. He's getting really tired. But Harrison Barnes is I think he's going to be really good and has good potential.
Yeah. So yes or no to that move?
I feel like yes, and also I feel like it's good if they bring Karl-Anthony Towns' salary down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last one for today is, and one more free agency one. I think that they can move down Alfred Sengun's salary down. Like, I know he has potential, but I think if you should be bringing this one down. Like, if you bring this one down, you get someone on the Rockets at, like, because think about it. Right now, the Rockets are in a tough position because they're losing a lot of their, like, key players who like, are really, really good. And they're, like, I mean, if you can't really, like, be losing, like, if you, like, you have to sign someone good is what I should say. Like, if you should bring down his salary so that you have room to sign, like, other players. For example, like, Tari Eason, he's in the starting lineup and he's really good. Like, you need Aaron Holiday. You need Josh Okogie, or however you say his name. Jason Tate, he's Okay. But like I do think you need that room from Alfred Sengun to come down. Kevin Durant, I think he deserves the salary he needs. Um, I would say that if you are going to have Alfred Sengun bring his salary down, I'd just say bring it down like almost $4 million down to 29 million instead of having it at 33 million. But otherwise, I think I think that the Rockets like are a good team. They just didn't have Fred VanVleet last season, so they couldn't really get like a good starting lineup.
I agree because last season they also didn't have Fred VanVleet, so that made a huge difference because he's like good, and Rockets is like a good team, and they could like be like good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like Fred VanVleet is like different, and he's like a better player.
Yeah. Any other topics you want to bring up, or do you think we covered it all?
I think we covered it all.
Okay, well, that's it for today's free agency / trades part 1. We'll see you back tomorrow for part 2, or today, depending on how long this takes. So, hope you guys like the video. Peace out.
Peace.